lots of you can relate. All right, here's the next photo. So take a look at this building and see if you can recognize this famous landmark. Looks pretty stately. It's probably pretty important. Any guesses over yonder? Oh, I see Rachel Russian.
They guessed Trinity College, but she's not sure.
All right, so we have a guess of Trinity College. Does that sound familiar to any of you? Does that maybe look familiar? No? No? All right. Anybody else want to take a guess at it? All right, so this famous landmark is the GPO in Dublin. This is the headquarters of the 1916 Easter Rising. So that event that we just talked about, this was where it took place. You guys will have to, I'll have to apologize. We have a leaf blower outside of our building. So this is also one of the most famous landmarks in Ireland, especially when it comes to Irish history. The GPO, which is the post office in Dublin, this was the headquarters of the 1916 Easter Rising. And it can still be seen in the commanding pillars of the building. Today it stands as Ireland's general post office and flies aloft the Irish tricolor. Can everybody still hear me okay with that leaf blower going outside? Okay. And so during the Easter Rising of 1916, if you're not familiar with that, the British executed 15 leaders of the Rising over a period of 10 days and imprisoned more than 1,000 people, turning the mood of the country in favor then of the rebels. Support for Irish republicanism increased further due to the ongoing war in Europe, as well as the conscription crisis of 1918. So do you guys remember that in history, the Easter Rising? Can anybody speak to that in history? I was kind of reading some of it, and it was pretty interesting to see. Does anybody across the way, any of our other residents, do you guys have anything to add about the Easter Rising? No? All right, I'll keep going. All right, how about this next picture? This is a very interesting building. When I first found the picture of it, I had no idea what this one would be. Does anybody recognize this landmark? You do recognize it? That's okay, that's okay. Do we have anybody, any of our friends on the screen? Do you guys know it? All right, so if you look near the bottom part of the picture, there's a little item that's gonna give you kind of a clue as to what that might be. And I'm gonna move this just in case you can't see it. So down here at the bottom of the picture, do you guys see what is written there or what is part of the landscape? That word says Titanic. Oh.
Sorry, we don't know what it's called, but is that where they built the Titanic?
Yeah, that is actually, so somebody got it. That is actually where they built the Titanic. Now, I have a feeling that that building probably didn't look that way when they were building the Titanic, but that is correct. Good job. So that is called the Titanic Quarter, and that is in Belfast. And that was the birthplace of the Titanic. And it was located in the heart of Belfast. And it's where the infamous Titanic ship was built, and it now houses the Titanic Belfast, which is a modern, state-of-the-art Titanic-themed maritime museum. So that would probably be a pretty interesting one to go and to visit if you were over there. I'm sure we're all familiar with the event of the Titanic sinking, and I think over the years in history, they've come across so many different artifacts and replicas and things like that. So that would probably be a pretty interesting place to visit, don't you think? I think I would go. Would you go, Don? All right, all right. So we might have to take a trip to Ireland. All right, here's the next photo. And I'm sorry I had to put one up here that had snow in it. I wasn't very happy about it. We don't have snow outside, but there is some snow in this picture. So does this?
Is that one
That's it?
Trinity College?
What's that?
That one Trinity College? We're guessing again, but.
Oh, we've got another guess. You guys want to take a stab at it? Anybody want to try to guess what this is? How about you, Marty? You're the geography buff. You know this one? All right.
Is it
So-
Westminster?
What'd you say, Andy?
Westminster is one of our guesses.
All right, another good guess. All right, let's see what it is. That is St. Patrick's Cathedral. Good try, everybody. Good try. So that this cathedral, it stands as the tallest church in Ireland. So it is the absolute tallest church in Ireland. And it was established in 1171 and is the national cathedral of the Church of Ireland. So
Do you know what city it's in? Somebody asked. I can look it up.
ooh. Yeah, I actually didn't find that bit of information. So Rachel, if you want to look that up and then we can share it. Unless anybody here knows. Does anybody know what city in Ireland the St. Patrick's Cathedral is located in? In Dublin? So we think maybe in Dublin. Oh, Rachel's finding it. We
Says-
phoned a friend.
Woodquay, Dublin. So yes, Dublin.
What is it?
It says Woodquay, comma, Dublin.
All right, so it's in Woodquay, Dublin. All right, thank you, Rachel. That was our phone a friend option during this trivia game. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you the next photo. What'd you say? That is, so we have a guess over here at Kent Ridge. Does anybody else wanna take a guess?
Well,
All right.
They said there was a little section in here where I could have something to eat.
Oh, give me 1 second, guys.
trying to get it to work, Eleanor. Hang on just a second.
If you wanna let somebody know in the dining room.
Did you know they closed the Blarney Stone right now because they don't want people kissing it because of the COVID. So, fun fact to share.
Yes, so we did guess correctly. That is the Blarney Stone in Ireland. And I don't know about you guys, but like Rachel mentioned, the Blarney Stone is closed right now because they don't want people going in there and giving it a smooch and spreading germs. So if we go on our trip, we're gonna have to wait to go and visit the Blarney Stone. Very good. All right, so Blarney Castle is the third building to be built on its site, and the current structure was built in 1446, so quite a ways back. And it was built by Dermot McCarthy, who was the King of Munster, and acted as a medieval stronghold. The site is also home to the famous Blarney Stone, and the legend has it that if you kiss the stone, it's supposed to give you the gift of eloquence. So it's supposed to make it so that you always say the right thing, which would be fantastic. But has anybody out there in our group, has anybody ever kissed the Blarney Stone?
Gwen has, and she said she thinks she missed the gift.
Did you guys hear that? So one of the ladies in Missouri, she said that she did kiss the Blarney Stone, but doesn't believe that it gave her the gift of eloquence. Darn. You kissed the Blarney Stone too, Sue? So I have a resident here named Sue, and she said that she did kiss the Blarney Stone, and she ate at a saloon that was the name. I got to ask her what the name was again. But anyways, a famous saloon. So we do have some Blarney Stone kissers in our group. All right, here is the next photo. Take a look at that one. Does anybody recognize that landmark? I see a lot of people out on the lawn, so it's probably a popular place to visit. Anybody recognize it? All right. Any of our friends recognize it before I tell you the answer? All right. So this landmark is the Rock of Cashel, or Tipperary. This is St. Patrick's Rock. And according to Irish mythology, the Rock of Cashel originated when St. Patrick banished Satan from a cave, leading to the landing of the rock in Cashel. The cathedral was built between 1235 and 1270 and is also known as the Cashel of Kings and St. Patrick's Rock.
Isn't that amazing? When you think of how high that is, and they built it before they had all the machinery like we have today.
Exactly. So if you didn't hear, one of my residents was mentioning that it's amazing when you look at these old buildings and these structures and how in 1230, they didn't have near the technology that we would have had to, build a building like this that today would probably take us no time. And in this period, it took them, decades to build something like this. So very good point, Edith. Very good. All right, next up. Oh, actually, that was the last one. I apologize. So before I move on to the next little item that we're going to talk about, does anybody have any other famous landmarks that you have heard of or know about in Ireland? Even though we've never been there, maybe we've heard of some other ones. Ladies, do any of your residents have anything to share before we move on? No? All right, very good. So I'm going to go ahead and change over. We're going to do another fun little thing. I don't know about you guys, but when I go to a new place, and unfortunately I haven't traveled internationally before, so I have tried a lot of different things here in the United States, but when we travel abroad, especially to
Could you get me the other phone, please?
Get the other phone, okay?
we want to know about the food, right? That's the big thing. When you go somewhere, it's like, you're going to the beach, I want to know where the best seafood is. We're going to Texas, show me the best barbecue, right? So if you're interested in going to Ireland, you might want to know about some of the most popular foods that they might have. So I don't want to make everybody hungry. Is everybody ready to talk about some Irish food? All right. All right, so here's the first one, and we've all probably had this food item before. Raise your hand if you've ever had Irish soda bread. Irish soda bread? I know we've talked about it here. Marty, have you ever had it? What? How about you ladies? Has anybody in your groups ever had Irish soda bread? So a few. Okay, I see some hands in the back. All right, good. So the thing they said about Irish soda bread is that every family has their own recipe. And one of the funny things here is that we wanted to have Irish soda bread for our St. Patrick's Day celebration. And Chef Jason said, hey, I need somebody to give me a good recipe. I don't like mine. And that's just the exact reason that a lot of people make it differently. And one of the things I have here is that you can either make it sweet or you can make it savory. And the way that people usually make it sweet is that they add honey, or they'll add like dried berries or different sweet things that, that they like. And then if you do like it salty or savory, you can add seeds and bran and even beer. And the one beer that they did recommend adding to the soda bread is Guinness. How many of you here have ever drank a Guinness beer? Marty, you did? What do you remember about it? How did it taste?
Bad.
She said bad. She didn't like the Guinness. Does anybody in our other crowd, do you guys like Guinness beer at all? Did you have somebody, Rachel? Oh. So I have tried Guinness, and it's a very, very dark beer, and there's a special way that you have to pour it. And the interesting thing about it is when people are a bartender or a saloon tender, any of those types of things, they have to actually learn how to pour Guinness because it has such a different consistency, or it affects like the flavor apparently. So I don't know. We might have to try some Guinness across the board, guys. And the way that they said to eat your Irish soda bread is to slice it up and put lots of butter on it. So I would like it with lots of butter. All right, so next up on our tour of Irish food would be shellfish. That's a popular thing in Ireland is their shellfish. And you won't see much sun in Ireland, but you will see a ton of different kinds of seafood. In September, the Irish folks get very excited because that's when the shellfish come into season and that's when their oysters are abundant. How many of you here like oysters? I'm surprised, really, okay. Anybody in our other groups, you guys like oysters? Raise your hands. I see one hand. So Andy at Montrose, how does your resident enjoy to eat oysters? Do you like them raw or do you like them cooked?
He likes them raw.
Oh, you like them raw too, Lou? Ooh.
He's saying, oh, yeah.
Rob says cooked, so there might be a little feud here between.
Okay, all right. So we've heard some people like them raw, some people like them cooked. How do you like them, Edith? Okay. Edith said that she likes it in soup. She used to have a recipe for it a long time back, but she loved soup. And then they also have a very popular festival there. It's called the Galway Oyster Festival. And a lot of folks attend that because they love to go and get the oysters. And you might recognize Molly Malone's famous. See if we can figure it out.
Dublin, look this one. Fair city, where the girls are so pretty. I first set my eyes on sweet Molly. I see you very narrow, the streets all narrow. My
All right, so hopefully everybody heard that little clip. What is the name of that song? And what's the real name? Do we know? Oh, anybody across the way? Do you guys know it? It's in the video here. Do we see it? Are you singing it, Marty? Do I need to play more of it? All right. Got it. All right. So that is Molly Malone, better known as Cockles and Mussels. So during September, when the oysters are out and they're abundant, you might hear this song playing through the streets because people are rejoicing that it's oyster season. Very good. Oh, wonderful. Well, he probably ate a lot of oysters then. Yeah.
No, I don't remember the first time. We used to have oyster soup.
Oh, yum. Very good. All right, so next up on our list of food to try is Irish stew. And Lou, I know I've heard you mention a couple different kinds of stew. Have you ever had Irish stew?
No, but they call it Irish stew.
What'd you call it?
Oh, stew.
Oh, just any kind of stew, right? Very good. So Irish stew, though, is different because it is traditionally made with mutton. Now, I know I have it up there, but mutton, we know, comes from sheep. And it's an interesting ingredient. It's more so in the old-time versions of the Irish stew. And they would have mutton, and then they would have a lot of onions and potatoes. And you'll see carrots in the picture here, but carrots is an ingredient that is, among Irish folks, they either take it or leave it. Some people like the carrots in their stew, others do not. And so these days when you find Irish stew, you're more so gonna find it with lamb instead of the mutton. So it's more traditional nowadays to have it with the lamb. So any one of our other friends, do you guys have any thing to add about Irish stew? If you have a good recipe, send it on over, we'll try it. All right, and then next up on the foods to try is one called boxty. Has anybody ever heard of boxty? No. All right. Anybody in your groups there? Have you ever heard of boxty? No? All right. So it's pretty similar to just a potato pancake. They also call it a potato dumpling and potato bread. And it's made a few different ways. But the name of the boxty actually originates from an Irish phrase that means poorhouse bread. So it would have been a good thing to make for people who really didn't have a lot because it only has a few ingredients. And so the ways that you can actually cook boxty are that you can boxty on the pan, which is to fry it, or boxty in the oven, which is where you actually make a loaf of it. You bake it in the oven, and then you slice it, and then you fry it. So a couple of different ways. And then it also said that ways that you can enjoy boxty are with bacon and eggs, or you can put a little bit of smoked salmon and creme fraiche on it. So Ireland is also big on their smoked salmon, which I didn't know. So if you like smoked salmon, you might enjoy that. And the last popular food is colcannon. Anybody ever heard of colcannon? All right, I'm glad we're all learning something new today. So the main ingredients in colcannon are potatoes, butter, milk, and kale. So they kind of mash up the potatoes, and then they add a ton of butter, a ton of milk, and then they add kale. I also did see that the kale can be substituted for spinach, which some people like a little bit better than kale.
Kaylin, my resident also said that the spinach is, or the kale is new. It used to be cabbage.
Oh, okay. Okay, very good. So if you didn't hear that, they shared that they used to have, before the kale, they would actually use cabbage. So that would be another green that if you liked that, it would be really good with it. And I think colcannon would probably be fantastic with corned beef, which we know is huge on St. Patrick's Day. I've told my residents every year that I've been with them that the cabbage or the corned beef and cabbage meal on St. Patrick's Day is my absolute favorite meal of the year. I prefer it over Thanksgiving turkey. They look at me like I'm crazy when I say that, but it's okay. All right, so that brings us to the end of our popular foods. And then I have a fun little thing for you guys. So I was doing a little bit of research, and I was reading some fun facts about Ireland. And there is actually a city in Ireland that actually holds the Guinness World Record for the longest name of a city. Have you guys ever heard of this city? No? Has anybody in our other groups, have you guys ever heard of this city? And I'm not going to attempt to say it because I don't want people who are walking by to think that I'm cursing at you guys. So, all right. So this is a city and it is pronounced. So I'm going to play this little video clip and it's going to tell you, this is the closest one I could find to how I think it would be pronounced.
Martin Luther Dahlia. Martin Luther Dahlia. Martin Luther Dahlia.
All right, so did you guys kind of understand that? It's almost said the way that it's spelled, believe it or not. So did everybody in our other groups hear that, or did you guys want to hear it again? Good, good. Rachel's like, no, I don't want to hear it again. So, and there are 22 letters in the name of that city. Yes. So could you imagine if you were writing a letter to somebody who is a friend of yours in Ireland, could you imagine having to write that city on your address? Yeah. I would just shorten it to Muck. I live in the Muck. That's all. All right. So the next thing I wanted to do with you guys is a little bit of trivia. And I know that we just celebrated St. Patrick's Day yesterday, but with everything that is going on, we really didn't get to have a big blowout. So I thought we would still talk about St. Patrick's Day. So we're gonna go into our travel section here and go into Ireland. And I thought that we would talk about some trivia. So are you guys ready to do a little bit of trivia? Yep. Are you feeling ready? All right. Everybody else ready? Okay. Here we go. Let me move my screen here so I can. All right. What is the capital of the Republic of Ireland? Is it Dublin, Galway, or Cork? Dublin. All right, do we have guesses in our other groups? One guess. What is it, Rachel? What do you have?
Dublin, number 1 is what I was going
How
with.
about Andy, how about you?
We're going Cork.
Ooh, all right. So we've got one for Cork and one for Dublin. Any others? Kayla, you want to take a stab at it? What do you think? Dublin, Galway, or Cork?
I'm sorry.
Okay, she's saying Dublin. All right, let's try it, guys. Let's try Dublin. That is correct. Give yourselves a hand. Yeah, good job. So Dublin is on Ireland's east coast at the mouth of the River Liffey. Its historic buildings include Dublin Castle and St. Patrick's Cathedral, which we got to see in some of our photos. Very good. What do people call the circular tourist trail on Ireland's beautiful Ivra Peninsula? Do they call it the Ring of Kerry, Ulster Way, or Green Lantern?
Ring of Kerry is our guess.
All right, we've got one guess for Ring of Kerry. Anybody here? What do you think, Marty? All right, Marty thinks it's the Ring of Kerry too. Anybody else? You think it's the Ring of Kerry, Doris? Yeah. All right. Anybody else want to try? What do you think, Andy?
Ring of Kerry.
How about you, Teresa? Raise up a finger for 1, 2, or 3. 1. Okay. All right. Let's try Ring of Kerry. That seems like the most chosen answer. Woohoo! Correct.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yes.
Very good. So the Ring of Kerry is a circular road that passes through some amazing places in Ireland, like Killarney National Park and ancient stone ring forts or stone hedges. Interesting. All right, which of the following is not a significant industry in Ireland? Is it brewing, coal mining, glass, or architecture? Do you say coal mining is not? Okay. All right, we've got a guess for coal mining here. Teresa says 4, agriculture. Okay. Anybody else want to take a guess? Which one is not a significant industry? I didn't hear you, Melinda. Hold up a finger for which answer. Number 2. Oh, so we have 2 for coal mining now. Okay, okay. Anybody else?
We're going agriculture.
Okay, and I see Valparaiso, you guys say glass. Okay. All right, so we've got answers all over the board, guys, but I think, which one was the most? Oh boy, I see everybody. If you guys can help me out with all the different folks answering, which one was the most one? Agriculture, are we saying? Agriculture? All right, we're gonna try agriculture. Ooh, darn. Edith, you were right, it was coal mining. All right. Sorry, guys. All right, why is it that Ireland is called the Emerald Isle? Is it because it's a jewel of an island, it is lush and green, or is it because there are emerald deposits around there? You say there's emerald deposits? How about you, Marty? Because it's lush and green. Okay. All right. I've got a lot of twos. A lot of twos. Okay. I see another emerald deposit, another two. All right. I think we're going to go with it's lush and green. I'm seeing a majority of that answer. You guys want to go with that? What do you say, Lou? Lush and green? All right. Let's do it. Give yourselves a hand. Correct answer, guys. Yeah. Sheila's celebrating. Very good. So unfortunately, there are no emerald mines in Ireland, believe it or not. So instead, the national gemstone of Ireland is Connemara marble. It's an ancient stone that's found mostly on the island's west coast.
Which is really just earth.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Marty says that that's really just earth.
Press to the point where it's
It looks like a, and
it's a
like,
stone.
okay. So Marty said that the gemstone is actually like, it's earth that's just super pressed, and it's so much that it actually looks like a gemstone. So interesting. All right. What does kissing the Blarney Stone give a person? Is it the gift of wealth, beauty, or gab? All right, I've got guesses from my folks. Melinda's saying 3, Andy's saying 3, Rachel's got 3, 3, 3's across the board. All right. Uh-oh, Sheila's saying 1, the gift of wealth. All right, let's try the gift of gab. That was the most one yet. That is correct. Good job. And believe it or not, I know I talk a lot, but I've never kissed the Blarney Stone. So they're said to have come from a witch who actually cast a spell to thank a king who saved her from drowning. Years ago, people were held by the ankles and lowered to kiss the stone. Sounds a little scary to me. Today, people hold on to an iron railing while leaning backwards and pucker it up. Virginia, you want to go kiss the Blarney Stone? No. Darn. Did they get the gift of gab? Oh, boy. All right, next up. The Republic of Ireland is part of the United Kingdom. True or false? All right. I might have missed. Okay, I see 2. Uh-oh, I see a mixture of both. 1, 2. What did you say, Rachel? 2. Uh-oh, I'm seeing a mixture. All right. I don't know. What do you think, Kayla? Help me out here. What are you seeing the most of?
I think I saw the most falses.
Most false? All right, let's try false. Ah, that is correct. So Ireland has officially been an independent republic since 1949. The British client state of Northern Ireland, on the other hand, is part of the United Kingdom. Very good. Thank you, Kayla, for your help. All right, what is the most common religion in Ireland? Roman Catholic, Protestant, or Islam? All right, I'm seeing lots of 1s, couple 2s. I'm seeing the most 1s. All right, let's try Roman Catholic. Nice job, guys. Nice job. All right, so Ireland remains a predominantly Catholic country with 78% of the population identifying as Catholic. Yeah, 78%. What do you guys think about that? You think it's good? Oh, correct. Yes. Very good. All right. What popular dark beer is brewed in Ireland? Dublin, Ireland. Is it Heineken, Lowenbrow, or Guinness? I'm seeing 3s across the board. Let's try it. That is correct. Good job, guys. Good job. So the ancient Irish harp symbol was first used as a symbol for Guinness and was only later adopted by the Irish government as the official government symbol. So go Guinness. That's pretty cool. I guess I never really paid attention to the can or the bottle that it's in with that harp. I didn't know that it was an actual government symbol. That's pretty cool. All right, true or false? There are no snakes in Ireland. True or false? What do you say, Doris? All right, we've got one guess for false here. Uh-oh, Rachel, what are you guys doing? What do you say, false? Another false? What do you guys say, Melinda? Teresa says false. False from Melinda. What about you, Andy? False, okay, all right. All right, I'm seeing falses. Uh-oh, Cody at Chestnut Hill, you guys are saying true, huh? Okay, all right. And Sheila? All right, well, it still looks like the majority says false, so let's try it. What? The answer is true. There are no snakes in Ireland? I don't know, guys. Rachel, I might need a fact check on that. You might have to help me.
We thought it was a myth, so that's why we went with false, but I don't know. We're very upset over here about that.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. What do you think? That sounds a little crazy, doesn't it? No snakes in Ireland?
That's why they call him St. Patrick.
True. Marty says that's why they call him St. Patrick, because he got all the snakes out of Ireland. All right. Kayla's shaking her head. All right. So, oh, here we go. A little information about us. They're going to help us out. So legend has it that St. Patrick drove every snake in Ireland into the sea with a powerful sermon. In reality, Ireland hasn't had snakes since the Ice Age. People have set free pet snakes, but no species has survived and propagated in the wild. Wow. So, you know, you look at us here in the United States, guys, and look at Florida. They're overrun with all the pythons that people have mistakenly or purposefully let go, and people in Ireland are trying to let snakes go, and they aren't making it. So I guess my dad should move to Ireland because he hates snakes. All right, the blank famine of 1845 and 1852 involved this Irish crop:
Potato.
wheat, corn, or potatoes. I'm hearing lots of potatoes and I'm seeing lots of threes from our friends. Let's try it. Got it. Very good. Over 1 million people died during the famine, while another 1 million actually left Ireland because of it. Interesting. So in 1845, they were going through the potato famine, and now we are currently going through the toilet paper famine. All right, so many Irish surnames start with O or San, D, or Mac. Seeing threes? You guys say Mac?
Yep.
All right, let me check the rest of our friends here. Threes from Cody. All right, let's try Mac. Got it. And Mac actually means son of. Son of. And I don't know about you guys, but a fun thing that we were doing this week because of St. Patrick's Day was some of the residents here, we were putting Mac and O in front of our last names. And so we encourage you guys to do the same thing and see what your Irish last name might be. It's kind of funny. All right, we're getting to the end of our trivia questions. What is the first official language of the Republic of Ireland? Is it French, English, or Irish Gaelic? I hear Gaelic. I'm seeing three. Rachel says three. Okay. Threes. All right, let's try Irish Gaelic. Very good. Good job, guys. That is the correct answer. Irish was the only language spoken in Ireland until the 17th century, though. Today, Irish is spoken as a first language by a small minority of the population of Ireland. Interesting. Can anybody in our group speak Irish? Or I don't know if it's like the Gaelic, or can anybody speak that way at all? No. All I can say is top of the morning to you. All right. In Ireland, you can find over 30,000 castles, covered bridges, or geysers. Geysers. Yes. Which one do you think it could be? What are we? This one I have no clue on, guys. You'll have to help us out. I'm seeing ones, castles. Okay. All right. Let's see. What are you saying at Chestnut Hill? What do you have, Cody? Twos. Okay. Covered bridges. How about you, Sheila? What do you guys think? Two. Okay. I'm seeing a mixture. All right. Let's try. What do you guys say? Let's try castles. Want to try castles? It is castles. So in Ireland, you can find over 30,000 castles. Yeah, so Don says, wow. So you can't get far in Ireland without catching a glimpse of a castle. Some of the more famous ones, though, are the Blarney Castle, which we read about that one. It's on the same space as the Blarney Stone, obviously. Kilkenny Castle and Donegal Castle. Those are all a mouthful.
Rob wants to know if they have White Castle, which is a fast food restaurant here. I don't know if you guys have that there, but.
Did you guys all hear that? All right. Bing Crosby recorded the song When Irish Eyes Are. I know everybody knows that one. Let's try it. Number 3. That is correct. One would expect that this song would have been written by an Irish troubadour, but When Irish Eyes Are Smiling is actually an American song. So, and we all love it. Very good. Almost 10% of Americans, or 33.3 million people, have ancestors from Ireland, while the population of Ireland is just over 6.4 million people. Bing Crosby was proud of his Irish roots and recorded several Irish folk songs, including When Irish Eyes Are Smiling. So let me see if it'll let us play it. Here we go. We'll do a little listening.
When Irish eyes are smiling, it's like the morning spring with a little Irish laughter. You can hear angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. But when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they steal your heart. Thank you. I never could have made it.
Very good. So I don't know about you guys, but my group was singing over here. Very good. All right, next up, what Irish author wrote Gulliver's Travels? Was it Jules Verne, F. Scott Fitzgerald, or Jonathan Swift? Uh-oh, I'm hearing a few different ones.
Okay, I had to tell you, Pat, one of our residents said Mr. Gulliver.
They said Mr. Gulliver. All right, what do you guys think here? You say Jules Verne. What do you think, Marty? You think Jonathan Swift? All right, let's see what the rest of the crowd. What do you think, Rachel?
My group is divided, so we're not going to vote on this one.
Okay, all right. Sheila says number 3. Andy says 3. Cody, what do you think? Teresa says 3. Cody says 2. Oh, let's try 3. That seems like the one. Good job. Nice job, Lou. Good job, everyone who said Jonathan Swift. As well as being a noted satirist and essayist, Swift became Dean of St. Patrick's Cathedral in Dublin, interestingly enough. All right, surprise. In Ireland, cabbage is normally served with blank, not corned beef. Is it kidney beans, chicken, or bacon? All right, I'm getting threes, 1. It looks like 3s. My crowd says bacon. Let's try bacon. Yay! All right, Ireland's Food Board published research showing that bacon and cabbage remains Ireland's most popular dinner. Interesting. So if you guys would cook at home, when you would make cabbage, would you have bacon in it? Or would you use like bacon fat to fry it in maybe? I've heard of that before.
Cut up whole sausage,
Okay.
put in it.
Sausage and put it in there? Okay. All right. Anybody else in our crowd want to share any recipes with cabbage and bacon? I know some people, when they make bacon, they'll save the bacon fat and then they'll melt some of that in a pan before they cook the cabbage in it. That's also a popular Polish recipe as well. You used to do that too? Okay, cool. True. All right, name one of Ireland's most enduring symbols. Is it the shamrock, the corncob pipe, or the green thumb?
Shamrock. One.
All right, I'm seeing ones. I just love to see like the fingers like poking across the screen. All right, you guys want to try shamrock? All right, let's try shamrock. That is correct. Good job, good job. And we read a fun fact the other day. I don't know if you guys, if this is true or not, but they said about shamrocks that when you're looking for one, you can only find a 4-leaf clover like every 1 in 10,000 clovers, I think it said. So good luck trying to find one. So the shamrock grows abundantly in Ireland, and it is said that St. Patrick used the shamrock to explain the Holy Trinity when trying to convert Irish into Christians. The 3 leaves are also said to represent faith, hope, and love. And the 4th leaf on the clover represents good luck. So has anybody in our group, have you guys ever found a 4-leaf clover? Okay, a few of us. A few? Okay, very good. All right, what style of dancing is popular in Ireland? Is it waltz, ballet, or step dance? What do we think? I'm seeing 3s. All right, what do you guys think here? It was waltz, ballet, or step dance. You think step dancing? Ooh, we're a house divided here, so I'm gonna go with you guys and say step dance. That is correct. Irish step dance has its roots in traditional Irish dance, and it is generally characterized by a stiff upper body and quick, precise movements of the feet. I want to see somebody try it in our crowd. Oh, there goes Rachel. Bless you. All right, look at that, guys. So there is our score. We scored 16 out of 18 points. So give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand, guys. Good job. 16 out of 18 points. Woohoo. All right, so I am going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. And I want to open it up to the rest of our groups. And if you guys have any fun memories, those of you that said that you've traveled to Ireland, if you have any fun memories that you want to share with our group, we're listening.
When is that?
If you have any memories of your trip to Ireland. You want to share?
When?
Oh, just now, if you want to share amongst the group. Yep. Anybody?
I
Any?
have some things I brought back from there.
Really? What did you bring back with you?
A shillelagh.
A shillelagh. What is a shillelagh?
Well, that's what I brought back. It looks like a wooden hammer.
Oh, okay.
And yet, I've heard a shillelagh is like a walking stick.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And it's out of wood.
Okay.
It started to peel, the black came off of it.
Oh, gotcha.
But so I have that, and I brought back. I went to the castle and had I don't know what they called it, but anyway, they served mead, MEAD.
Oh yeah. Okay. So did you bring back the big cup? All right. So she's talking about when they would serve the mead to them in the pubs over there.
While we were there having the mead, they passed around snuff if you wanted to
Oh.
try the snuff. So I tried the snuff too.
You tried the snuff? And what was that like?
Makes you sneeze.
Ah, okay, okay. Very good. Anybody else in our group? Did you guys have anything you wanted to share about Ireland?
Oh, I brought Irish coffee.
Oh, okay. Marty says we didn't mention Irish coffee. Tell us about Irish coffee, Marty.
It's about half coffee and half booze and half whipped cream.
Marty says it's half coffee, half booze. And it's topped with whipped cream. How many of you guys want an Irish coffee? Okay.
Yeah, I have some.
Kaylin,
Yeah.
one of my residents says she has Irish crystal.
Ooh, interesting. Irish crystals? Okay, Waterford crystals. That's a huge name. I bet lots of our residents probably have pieces of that or at one time did. Yeah. Very good. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else have any Irish memories to share?
Irish linen, a small tablecloth like for a card table and napkins.
Of Irish linen?
Yeah.
So what makes it special, the Irish linen? Just that it came from there, or is it?
Yeah.
Little. Got something in the weave.
Okay.
Different.
Interesting. All right. Any others?
I just want to say thank you again for y'all doing these virtual exercising and Ireland and all that every day for all of us going through this tough time, because I know that we all are, and it makes things definitely better for everybody.
Thank you,
Some,
Sheila.
men's linen.
Very good. Okay. All right. Well, that is about all I have for our Irish travelogue here. And I know that, make sure I wasn't missing anything. And so I want to thank you guys for coming and joining us on our travels to Ireland. And then also all of you folks far and wide for joining us. Thank you so much. It means a lot. And we'll have to get together and travel somewhere else again. So folks, maybe tell your resident services directors where you guys want to go to, and then we can put something else together and we can travel some more. All right. And
Good
Kayla,
job, Kaylin. You rocked it. Everyone give Kaylin a round of applause. Yay!
thank you. And if you didn't notice Kayla's Irish, her Ireland background, have a safe trip coming home.
Thank you so much. We loved it.
Thank
Good,
you,
good,
guys.
good.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
My one.